So it's been claimed that there is exactly one breed of dog mentioned by name in the Hebrew Tanakh, or Old Testament to you Christians out there, and that dog is the
greyhound.
Yes, that long, thin, chicken-brained dog that looks like a small horse. I set out to fact-check this claim. It turns out greyhounds are one of the oldest, if not the oldest, dog breed known to man. Drawings in 8,000-year-old Turkish ruins and 4,000-year-old Algerian caves already depict something looking like, if not a greyhound, some kind of similar-shaped sighthound dog. They were likewise drawn on Egyptian tombs into the Middle Kingdom. Long a breed owned only by nobility in present-day France, England, and Czech Republic, and used as heraldic symbols on armory. The skeletal remains of an 1,100-year-old dog, likely gifted from the region of present-day Poland, were shown through DNA comparisons to be essentially identical to modern greyhounds. So surely, if any breed were old enough to be mentioned in the Bible, it's the greyhound. But are they? Consult your King James Old Testament Proverbs 30:31. There be three things which go well, yea, four are comely in going. A lion which is strongest among beasts, and turneth not away for any, a greyhound, a he-goat also, and a king against whom there is no rising up. But those learned among you might recall that the King James Bible is only around 400 years old, and itself is a translation of a translation in many parts. So I pulled out my Tanakh, given to me as a bar mitzvah present many years ago, and found Mishleh, or Proverbs 31, translated from the original Hebrew. And I found greyhound. But again, greyhound is not a Hebrew word, except as a back transliteration of the English. The original writing says Zarazir Mednaim, which translates as that which is girded in loins. Or if you're still having trouble understanding that because you don't speak Shakespeare, tight in the hips might make a lick more sense. Apparently this phrase is commonly translated as greyhound or horse, which are the same animal anyway, and apparently sometimes a strutting rooster. If you look at various dog breeds, only the sighthounds have this tremendous narrowing in the hips. But it's open as to whether the passage intends a dog at all. The context of Proverbs 31 is a man named Augur, who is nowhere else mentioned, and he is going on about his own humility and the greatness of the natural world, and he mentions in the company of the lion, the male goat, and the unimpeachable king, the greyhound, or equivalent, as being stately of going. So depending on exactly how you interpret it, the greyhound might be originally intentioned in the original Old Testament, but is certainly in the King James Bible. No matter what, the greyhound remains a regal dog. Throughout the Middle Ages, only nobility and rulers could own them, but today a handful of countries still race these stately and fast but otherwise very subdued creatures, which means there's always a need for them to be rescued when they're no longer young enough to win races. Thanks to Dr. Nyvltova Fisakova for answering my questions and fact-checking this video. Her work on the 1,100-year-old skeletal remains of the confirmed greyhound in Czech lands was published in 2015 in the Proceedings of the National Museum in Prague. So, thanks for watching. Remember to stay coffee snobby.